Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about what happens inside your body when you exercise. Does it increase your lifespan? Does it make you more physically and mentally strong? Let's find out. Whether you exercise to lose weight, to attain a fitness goal, or simply for fun, exercising transforms you and your outlook on life. Exercise causes a variety of psychological reactions, including flushed skin and a sweaty body, as well as mental changes like increase in attentiveness and sudden need to only talk about lap times and personal record. Daily exercise is necessary for maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and it is a vital component of being fit. We've seen study after study how beneficial exercise can be. Physical activity reduces your risk of disease and helps you maintain a healthy body weight. It can also help prevent and cure mental disorders. Working out is a fantastic method to de-stress from strains of everyday life and may improve your mood and well-being as well. Everyone benefits from regular exercise, regardless of their age. In order to instill healthy habits in children that may last a lifetime, parents should get their children moving from a young age onwards. Seniors and older adults benefit much from being physically active. Our knowledge of the importance of physical activity for a long, healthy, and productive life is well known. However, what goes on behind the scenes in your body is less well known. We are going to look at the changes that happen to every stimulated part in our body after we exercise in detail. Let's first talk about the lungs. When you exercise, there is an increased oxygen demand, due to which you may find yourself breathing quicker and heavier during the exertion. Up to 15 times more oxygen may be drawn in using the diaphragm's ribcage muscles. It will rise until the muscles around the lungs can't move much quicker than they already do. VO-max stands for maximum oxygen consumption capacity. The fitter you become, the higher your VO-max is going to be. All of this deep and heavy breathing must cause some changes to your diaphragm. During exercise, there is increased breathing, which makes it possible for the diaphragm to become fatigued, just like any other muscle. A side stitch is thought to be caused by a diaphragm spasm when the diaphragm wears down. A side stitch, on the other hand, can be attributed to diaphragm circumferential muscle contractions. While some say it is related to bad posture causing spasms in the upper back to abdomen nerves, in the middle of an exercise, deep breathing and stretching can ease the discomfort, while preventative strengthening in the gym can fend off against future difficulties. The heart is a key organ involved in the process of physical exercise. While exercising, your heart rate increases, which will result in an increased blood flow of oxygen via the blood. This causes the heart to beat quicker as the adrenaline rises in the bloodstream and accelerates the heartbeat. Muscle capillaries expand, boosting blood flow by up to 20 times. Eventually, the heart grows more effective at this process as you exercise, enabling you to exercise harder and longer. The resting heart rate of a fit person is really good as a result. People who are fit have lower blood pressure because exercise encourages the development of their blood vessels and new blood vessels. The muscles are the most affected part of your body when you exercise. In order to contract muscles and stimulate activity, the body uses glucose, a sugar that it has stored away from the foods we ingest, called glycogen. The body also uses adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, but the body only has a limited amount of glucose and ATP stored in its system at any given time. To make additional ATP, the body needs extra oxygen after the depletion of its supply of these components, so that the oxygen may be delivered to the working muscle groups. Blood is pumped back to your heart through your arms and your legs by the bulging muscles. Lactic acid will develop if there's not enough oxygen. As a result of this, the pH of blood around muscles begins to decrease. As a result of this pH decrease, the muscles are unable to contract further. 30 to 60 minutes after exercise, lactic acid is usually expelled from the body. Muscles recover by forming tiny tears, which enable them to become bigger and stronger as a result of healing. Just because your muscles hurt doesn't imply that you've done anything wrong with them. It only indicates the positive change that is about to happen. Now let's talk about what happens to the mental part of your body, the brain. The increased blood flow because of exercising can have positive effects on the brain. You'll feel more alert and awake throughout the exercise and more concentrated afterwards as soon as the brain cells begin to work at a greater level. Because the brain adjusts to the continuous blood influx, some genes are turned on and off when you exercise consistently. These modifications enhance brain cell activity, guard against illnesses such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and strokes, and slow down the aging process. There is a rush of chemical messengers called neurotransmitters in the brain after exercise. Your brain secretes natural endorphins, which are similar to opioids. These messengers are thought to be behind the legendary runner's high. In addition to releasing dopamine and glutamate, the brain also releases gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA, a neurotransmitter that actually slows things down to keep you going in a smooth and regulated manner. Serotonin, a neurotransmitter well known for its involvement in mood and sadness, is released increased, which is also likely to make you feel better. We shall now look at the changes that take place in certain parts of the brain in depth, like the hippocampus. In addition to learning and memory, this area of the brain is one of the few brain regions that can produce new brain cells. With more oxygen in the brain, exercise makes this easier. In contrast, after you finish exercising, many other alterations in the brain revert to their usual condition, whereas those new brain cells survive. Among other things, the hypothalamus regulates body temperature as well as salt and water balances. To keep you cool, your body sends signal to your skin to create perspiration when your body heats up. To keep the body moving, the brain's control center, the pituitary gland, sends signals that trigger the adrenal gland to release hormones necessary to keep the body moving. It also secretes growth hormones, which help us grow. In order to replenish the body's glycogen levels, the body will resort to either muscle or fat as a fuel source. What is the reason behind increased thirst when you exercise? Well, the reason is the kidneys. When you exert yourself, the pace at which your kidneys filter blood might change. The kidneys enable more protein to be excreted in the urine after strenuous exercise. These substances also increase the rate of water absorption, leading to less urination in an effort to assist you in staying hydrated as much as possible. Several of the so-called stress hormones released from the adrenal glands that are produced here are really necessary to physical activity. In case of control, it aids the body in converting its energy reserves into fuel. It also speeds up heartbeat, allowing for quicker blood flow throughout the body. What happens to your skin, you ask? As you increase the intensity of your workout, your body, like any engine, creates heat and wants to cool off. Vascular dilation in the skin increases blood flow to the area. As a result, the heat is dissipated into the atmosphere through the skin's pores. As soon as the hypothalamus sends the signal to the eccrine glands, they start to work. Water, salt, and tiny amounts of other electrolytes are secreted by those sweat glands straight onto the skin's surface. Because of this, your body temperature decreases as perspiration escapes into the air. There are sweat glands called apocrine glands in hair-covered areas like the scalp, armpits, and groin. In reaction to mental stress, these glands generate thicker perspiration, which can produce an odor when bacteria on the skin break it down, according to the Mayo Clinic. What happens to your face during and after exercise? When you exercise, the capillaries near the skin's surface in the face widen as they work to expel heat. A red face may develop for certain exercisers after working out because of this. A firmer, more toned face is the consequence of increased facial muscular strength through exercise. Lastly, let's talk about the changes in your joints. Exercising puts extra pressure on the joints, sometimes up to 5 or 6 times your body weight. There are a variety of joints that have distinct purposes but work in a similar fashion. In order to facilitate smooth and effortless mobility, each joint is coated with cartilage, which is a cushioning tissue at the end of the bones. Ankle joints are supported by ligaments and tendons, which act as the anchors. People with osteoarthritis, which is the most prevalent form of arthritis, may notice that the cushioning surrounding their joints begins to wear away or deteriorate over time. If you don't exercise regularly, this video might have surely convinced you to put on your workout clothes and shoes and get moving, because now you know the benefits. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and share it with your loved ones. Thank you for watching.